My guest today is Stephen Brown, lawyer at Lynn and Brown Lawyers in Perth, and talking about the specific strict regulations in terms of proof of vaccination in Western Australia. I'm curious to hear what applies to you if you're a doctor or an allied health professional operating your small business, your rooms, in, let's call it, a small business setting. Stephen, I'm curious to hear how things are going on your end in regards to all these restrictions. Can you and your colleagues at the law firm still cope with that complexity?
Yeah, Kris, it's an ever-changing beast, which makes it interesting and challenging for us. We're keeping up with it, but it is an ever-changing beast, so it's something we're having to constantly keep on top of. One of the new prescribed one is people entering a hospital if they aren't a patient. So what we have to be very clear is that there is no mandate that prevents anyone that is a patient being able to enter a public medical facility. So only those people that are intending to visit. One of the grey areas is perhaps if someone is a support person, so say someone is receiving advanced cancer treatment and they would normally, in that circumstance, have a support person that was assisting, and that support person is not double vaccinated. Our view strictly of the application of the law is that they would not be able to attend as a support person for that patient.
I heard stories of future dads not being allowed to accompany their wife to give birth. Would you expect midwives and hospital teams to actually police these situations and say, this is the law, this is what's going to happen?
What we do know is that most hospitals have multiple entry points, and a lot of those entry points don't have a reception desk right near it. So it is clearly going to be very difficult for many public health facilities to actually police this, and who are they going to have policing it will be very difficult. We are giving some specific advice to people in this sector, some clarity around their obligations and their rights to prevent people from entering into their business. So whether or not they're obliged, on one hand, and of course fines are significant, so some of them definitely want advice to make sure that they're not breaking the law. And then secondly, if they're wanting to be a little bit more than what the law says that they have to do, what are their rights in that regard to require people to provide proof? And one of the really interesting things is the people that say they've got a medical exemption, and what are your rights around checking that medical exemption? Or do you take the view, well, we're not allowing anyone into our premises that is medically exempt, and do you have rights to do that?
Do you think you as a lawyer will end up in conversations about those medical exemptions, people trying to fake a medical exemption?
Anecdotally, what I've seen in the last couple of weeks in Western Australia is it seems to go hand in hand, people that apparently have a medical exemption to wear a mask and also have a medical exemption to or are not double vaccinated.
You're going to be busy if you weren't already. Thank you for making the time, Stephen, to clarify some of the legal aspects of this complicated matter. Good luck coping with the busy weeks and months ahead.
Thank you, Kris. Thanks for the conversation.